Hi everyone, I am super excited about today's video. Obviously you've all seen the title, and today we are going to be putting these little babies up to the test against each other. And I did film with the Plouise base yesterday, but I wasn't happy with how it turned out, and also I wasn't able to do as long of a wear test as I wanted to. I only wore this for about 6 hours. I did film the application and stuff, but I feel like it's going to be the same thing today, so I'm just going to do it all over again today, and you guys can see how this applies, how shadow applies on top of it. This is my tried and true. I love my MAC paint pot. It's worked really well for me, so I'm excited to really put these two to the test up against each other and see which one is the winner at the end of tomorrow. So let's just get started and put these on my eyelids. So I'm going to put my Plouise on my left eye, and I'm taking a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm using a flat brush. And I know the way to apply this is to basically just pat it all over your lid, and like just keep patting until you have a very smooth surface. And when I tried this yesterday, I was really having a hard time with it creasing on me before I had time to go in with the eyeshadows, and that's why I'm doing this eye first, because I want you guys to just see like how quickly this creases on me. I don't know if that is because I have hooded eyes, and this is another reason why I wanted to do this, because I know a lot of the models that they use on the Plouise site and whatever, like they don't have hooded eyes, and so I want to see if I can make this work for me. And I hope I can, because I've just heard so many good things about this base. And I will say that my eyeshadows definitely lasted for, you know, whatever the 6 hours I was wearing it yesterday, and not that I really have any problems with creasing or eyeshadows wearing off, but I mean it seemed like it would last for a long time. So I'm going to go in with my MAC paint pot and do the same thing on the other eye. So I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see what it's looking like right now. This is the Plouise base in the shade 2 Rumor. This is the MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre. So I'm already seeing that I have some creasing on the Plouise site. I'm going to get out my eyeshadows that I want to wear today, and then we can get started, and I'll probably have to pat this out again just to, you know, make it smooth enough to apply the shadows on. So I will be right back. Okay, so it has been approximately 2 minutes, I want to say, and I'm definitely seeing more creasing on my eyelid, so that is the issue that I feel like I'll be having with this base. For eyeshadows, I want to make sure that I do my wear tests using the same kind of eyeshadows, and so that I know how they perform. So for every eyeshadow primer wear test I do, I am going to be using my Juvias shadows, just because I have a bunch of them, so I have a very big variety of looks that I can make, and I know I won't get sick of them. So today I'll be using the Saharan palettes by Juvias. I have the Saharan 1 and the Saharan 2, and I'm going to probably do a very simple eye look today because I want the shadows to really show the wear of them. So I'm not going to go in and do like some crazy cut creases or anything like that. I'm going to keep it fairly simple. So I'm going to do my Plouise eye first, and I'm just going in with a little bit more of this and just patting this on until I have no creasing. And I'm not going to be explaining very thoroughly what I'm doing with my eyeshadows, because this is not supposed to be a tutorial. This is really just about the eyeshadow primer. So I'm gonna go in and just pack this red pinkish color all over my lid. And I'm just patting it on. And last time I used this, I started out with my outer corner and my crease shade, and my lid was just creasing like crazy by the time I got to it, and it really kind of messed with my look because I just wasn't able to keep it from creasing and keep the color out of the crease. So I feel like this might be a better way to work with this, but obviously you're not going to want every look to, you know, have a big blob of one color on the lid, so this is just what I'm doing today. Next, I'm looking at my other side, and this really hasn't creased much at all, but just to be safe, because it's been a while, I'm going to just tap over it with my finger and then do the same thing on this side. And right off the bat, I can see that my shadows are sticking much better to the Plouise side, and also the shadow seems to be more vibrant. And I'm actually very surprised by this, because this is not something that I would have noticed, I don't think, unless I did them like side by side, so this is very interesting. Like, I can definitely see the difference in the color payoff. I feel like the color is showing up more true to color on this side with the Plouise base than on my other side with the MAC Paint Pot. And I feel like these are so similar in color that really on the lid it should not make that big of a difference. I will zoom in again so you guys can see. This side is much brighter than this side right now. I'm gonna blend this out by using Sokoto from the Saharan I palette. And I'm just running this over where I put the other shade. Let's go in on the Plouise side and see what happens here. And I'm sure you notice it blended out very easily on the MAC side, and it's also blending out very easily on this side. That is one thing I will say about the Plouise base. I feel like I'm getting more of a gradient here. And again, the color is showing up much brighter than it is on the other side. And it's a lot easier to blend even though this is a tacky base. Everything seems to be blending much easier. I'm definitely not having as harsh of a line on this side as I am on this side, and I went in with the same amount of product and it just seemed to kind of like stick here. So I'm honestly a little bit surprised right now because the difference in color is just like so obvious to me. I hope this comes across on camera because I can really see how much lighter the shades show up on this side and on this side. And I know I said I was going to keep this look very simple, which I am, so I'm taking Fula from the Saharan palette and I spray this and I'm just going to be patting it all over my lid. So I'm going to put down some primer on my lower lash line on both sides as well. So on my right side I'll be using my MAC Paint Pot, of course. And on the other side, my Plouise base. Now the difference in consistency with these two products is that the Plouise base feels more like a moisturizing cream. It's kind of weird, but the other one, my MAC Paint Pot, is definitely more of like a concealer type consistency. And I'm just going to run that same color that I put all over my lid on my lower lash line on both eyes. For my inner corner, I'm taking Iman from my Saharan palette, and I'm just going to plop this icy blue shade right in here. So I'm going to go finish up the rest of my eyes and then we can see what the final check-in time is. Okay, the rest of my makeup is on and the check-in time is 10:55. It is October 9th, so we will see how this wears throughout the day. I will check in a few times and let you know how everything is looking, but for right now, this is what we are looking at. So it's looking really even on both sides. I don't really see any differences except for a little bit just in the colors, but other than that, it's looking great. If you want to know what else I'm wearing, I will list everything down in the description box and I will see you guys when I see you. Okay, hello, this is the first check-in. It is now 3:09 and looking at my eyeshadows, they all look to be about the same. I don't really see any wear on either side, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait a few more hours to see how this is looking. But like I said earlier, I usually don't have any issues with my eyeshadows fading or really creasing for that matter, so I'm mostly interested to see how this is going to hold up overnight. So I'm going to check in with you guys probably before bed and see if it's looking any better or worse, and I will see you then. Okay, it is now 8:56 at night and I took my makeup off as best as I could, avoiding my eye area. I still kept my brows on because I didn't want to take off any of my eyeshadow, but looking at my eyeshadows, they still look really good. They look as vibrant as they did in the morning, I feel like, so not really much has changed, and this could be a complete flop because I have a feeling that I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna look the same, but we're gonna try it anyway, so I will check in with you guys in the morning and we will see how it is looking. Alright guys, I am back. I just woke up like an hour ago. It is now 8:42 in the morning on Wednesday, October 10th, and this is what the shadows are looking like. Now I don't see much of a difference. The only thing that I can really see is I'm seeing a little bit of fading just like right up in my crease on the side with the Plouise base, but I mean, other than that, I feel like they've both worn really, really well. So maybe doing a 24-hour wear test just wasn't a good idea, because who's gonna wear eyeshadows for 24 hours anyway? And I mean, I guess I can say that these are hella good eyeshadow primers, so you know, if you are looking for a long-lasting eyeshadow primer, then maybe look into these two, and I'm sure you're going to love them because, I mean, look at this. Like, that is just beautiful. So I guess that was it for today's video. Let me know if you liked it. I probably will not be doing any more 24-hour wear tests or eyeshadow primer battles because eyeshadows just wear really well on me. So again, it's just something I have never personally had an issue with, so I probably am just not the right person to be doing wear tests. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, I hope you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!